You're such an asshole.
I love Logitech communications. I used to have the perfect lighting and everything, and then, well, we gotta update. Because you're making it better. And I'm looking at myself on the screen, right? And I'm like, I look like shit. This is not the light. I had it. Installed some software, and they said, do you want us to take over the Yeti mic too? So I apologize if I'm coming in too hot. Take it up with Logitech. I don't know. I can't say that. I would love to say it, but I can't. I wouldn't actually be endorsing that. I just would say, what if all the tires at Logitech's corporate headquarters, like the tires in the parking lot, what if they were all flat? What would happen? Just like, oh my God, what happened? No one got to, and the software just stayed the way it was. All right, we got a request today. It's life advice. Hi, Cappy. I came across your content a few months ago, and I've been oh, by the way, sit down and pour a long one. And I've been amazed at how I arrived at so many of the same conclusions as you, though more by intuition than your in-depth analysis. Thus, I thought I would get tremendous value from knowing how you would answer two questions, one philosophical and one practical. Staying anonymous is probably the best. What do you mean, pitchfork? Fuck. But a video response would be great so the world can profit by your exorcism of any liberal white woman blood I may have consumed. My relevant background is as follows. You are upper middle-aged, currently recovering from a career in science. You've gone all the way to a PhD in a legitimate field, as you immediately detected the presence of bio in that degree disqualify me from ever attaining a high-paying job in science. Yes, bio is one. Bio and finance are technically two STEM math type fields that you're not going to get a job in. I worked for many years in academia, which closed at the beginning of the disease, after which I was unable to find any other worthwhile position. I then did my own amateurish version of recon and moved to a town. That's a nice area. I won't say where, which I found to be a great place to live, and took a job at a place which pays enough for me to come out every year ahead with my minimalist lifestyle, and does at least offer full-time benefits. While occasionally fun, the job is often a bit boring and also carries some risk of physical injury. So one thing about which I'm conflicted is how to value this job. Dude, you're not working on an oil rig. You're working at a retail place. That day, you what? Oh, no. Yeah, you infected yourself with a little white girl blood there, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Yeah. Oh my goodness, am I breaking a nail? Are you going to break a nail? Look, I understand throwing your back out and all that, but come on, really? Unless there's something about that particular employer that they're really pushing some OSHA limits. Another important point is that my professional opinion of how science in this country performed during the disease is about the same as yours with regard to banking during the subprime bubble, so that I would not want to go back to that world, even if someone suddenly came out of the woodwork offering big bucks. My philosophical question is this: as I'll discuss below, I may be in a position to retire in the very near future and go gold with maximally minimal financial plan. Unrelated, I don't have it linked below, but Go Get Early Retirement Extreme by Jacob Lund Fisker. You probably want to read through that. But I struggle with the idea of doing so when I'm still capable of being any use at all in the world. Okay, let's start. Great point. Life advice. What if the world doesn't want your help? Huh? What? Look, dude, 100% right. You got a PhD in a legitimate field. You have insights and you could totally help the world. What if the world doesn't want your help? What if I'm meaning the world is wrong, right? What if the world is so screwed up and so stupid they don't want your advice? I was in the same position. We're in a position that if people heeded me, we would have saved ourselves a lot of pain and agony. Stop making loans to people who can't pay it back. Stop lending so much money on assets that aren't worth that much. Did the world want to listen to it? No. It's like Christians, they always say, the horse will drink the water when it's ready, or the heart is not ready to be converted, or something like that. You may have all this potential. You may have all this potential to cure diseases, improve life expectancy. What if they don't want it? What if they just want to eat their cheeseburgers and their ice creams? Seriously. So now it's incumbent upon you to always, always, always align your expectations with reality. And in this particular case, what is possible as the world is going to accept what you want to offer it. I would love nothing more than to write a comic book that I have in mind and 2 great Westerns. I got just, the world ain't going to pay for that. They want me to talk about life advice and the Womans, am I right, and all that other stuff. So for your own sake, you got to accept what is the world, does it want what you want to give it? And 9 out of 10 times it's not. So that's just for you to help philosophically come to your own answer. But I struggle with the idea of doing so if I'm capable of being any use at all in the world in exchange for the ultimate free lunch that is my existence. It's kind of the same conflict that Hank and Dagny faced in Atlas Shrugged, except in this world, there ain't no Atlantis protected by a cloaking device empowered by infinite free power where people can actually go to exchange value for value. Still, your content is quite clear and convincing that this lack of value for value in the world today is society's fault, not mine. There you go. Okay, good. You got it. You could literally give everyone the secret to happiness, unlimited wealth, blah, 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 blah. If they don't want to hear, they don't want it. I'll give you another perfect example, all right? As you know, we always aim to help everybody here. Doesn't matter, race, sex, doesn't matter. I purposely, intentionally, wantingly to help women close the wage gap. I tell them, major in STEM, stop majoring in horse shit. Okay? But they don't want to listen to it. They're not receptive to that message. And so that is society's fault, not mine. That's their fault. Now it is my responsibility to acknowledge that and move on. Otherwise, if I don't acknowledge that, then it's my fault for not paying attention and somehow trying to force something that isn't going to happen. So I have responsibility there. But I think you're based on this. I'm almost all the way there, but I do have a pearl of cosmic wisdom from Schopenhauer. But do you have a pearl of cosmic wisdom from Schopenhauer, swift kick from Cappy that might forever banish such reservations from my mind? No, here's what you're trying to do. You're this seed that could grow into a great producing fruit bush or tree or something. You can produce a lot of fruit. But there's no fertilized ground. There's no ground that's fertile that you would grow in. No one, you got all this potential, but no one wants it. So I don't have, how, really? I swear to God, nothing works in this world anymore. My zipper isn't working. My fucking zipper. Honest to God. Look at this. What the fuck is this shit? Hang on. This is like a mosquito in the room. There. I fixed it by breaking it. Violence. My practical question is asked, what options you would find most attractive in my position? I currently have $500,000 in freely available assets, $250,000 in Roth IRA, $150,000 traditional IRAs. So that's 400. I don't know where the other 100,000 is. I have no debt, a sensible car bought with cash, do not have any real estate. My non-IRA assets include about 5,000, both crypto and silver, 300 watts of portable solar power, 1 year of emergency food, and various other zombie apocalypse survival gadgets. I'm not and never have been married, have no kids, and none of that is going to change. In this position, I'm trying to fix this again. There it is. I'm just throwing this away. I'm getting rid of it. I'm so done with this. I'm not and never have been married, have no kids, and none of that is going to change. Yeah. In this position, what would you say about these ideas? 1, radically cut back or eliminate work and put all my effort in international recon in order to have an escape plan in case things really start to go sideways in the U.S. Based on your experience so far, do you think I have enough resources for that? I like your idea. Do you have enough resources? If you do it sensibly, kind of do it on a budget. What I'd recommend, given my limited experience overseas, is I would spend like 3 days in each place and rocket run through it. Like do it. I was going to do a full month. No, just do a rocket run through each country that you're interested in. 48 hours even. maybe stay 3 days when you land, depending on where you go to get acclimated and, jet lag. So if you do it quick and fast, that's not the worst use of your money. Not at all. Also, you have no debt, you have no kids, you have no obligations, so you have the right. I think you got the money for it, and you have the right. But I don't think you have the time to do a 16-month world tour, buying all your meal. You don't have the money for that. I'm very worried that at the very least, current wisdom on retirement plan will not hold true until I'm gone, even for those few of us who actually followed said wisdom. Yeah. Well, see, you're kind of conflating retirement planning with overseas sovereign protection. If you're looking to go overseas, you would be doing that because you think the United States is going to collapse. That's different than retirement planning. So that's you're further diversifying, you're further hedging against collapse. You're not, do I have enough for retirement planning? I'm very worried that at the very least, current wisdom on retirement will not hold true until I'm gone. Even those that followed said wisdom. Yeah. So the fact you make little money, like you're not making no $160,000 a year or anything like that, your risks of having things confiscated is lower. And then you have crypto, you have silver, but this would be, I'm trying to point out the slight difference between getting overseas to like, oh shit, versus, are they going to, managing your retirement funds so that they're not confiscated by a socialist government in the future. But you do have, I wouldn't radically cut back or eliminate work. What are you going to do with your brain? The third thing on your first thing. I don't think you radically cut back on work. You find it boring. You know what's more boring? Having no job at all. So I would not quit your job, but I would take a sabbatical, go take off like a couple weeks and go travel around the different countries you're interested in. 2, continue my current job for a few more years to protect my financial position while possibly laying the groundwork for future international recon plan. I don't think 1 and 2 are mutually exclusive. I think you can take off 2 weeks, do 2 weeks, go travel, and be back in 2 weeks and then get back to work. So I don't think you need to work several more years to lay the groundwork for international recon plan. I think a quick whirlwind tour, and then you'll have the time to mull and think about it in your mind. Oh, did I like this or did I not like that? And then down the road, when okay, now the second trip, I'm going to focus like a week here, a week there, and another week here. And that's when you'd start like, okay, do I have the finances for that? 3, spend the next 6 months doing some self-education on taxes and bookkeeping, and then at the start of the next tax season, go to H&R Block and Enrolled Agent Bookkeeping Career Direction you have mentioned in several videos, along with the Elkins Accounting Hour. This might not be all that more exciting than my current job, be a lot easier on the knees, back, and shoulders. Yes, I think that is a good idea, because right now you have a physical job that you have to physically be there. You're attached there. If you started, and you could do all this at the same time, nothing's stopping you from dedicating 2 hours a night to do self-studying online, learn bookkeeping. I think that's a great idea. And all my lack of, like, oh, come on, man, is it that bad? But you are elder. You old timers. I'm picking on, by the way. He's not that much older than me. I just didn't want to mention his exact age. Down the road, you may not be able to do this job physically. And being an accountant would not be a bad job, but more importantly, it's remote. And probably higher paying. So I think that's an excellent use of your time as well. 4, extend both middle figures to the world, reach Schopenhauer until I've resolved my above philosophical problem, retire from all these labors, enjoy an unmatchable local climate by day, then Ardbeg, ooh, good scotch, with chocolate by night. You, sir, have tastes. Maybe I could become a professional senior pickleball player. The sport is huge around. Yeah, you are that age. And it's free to play. In any of these cases, there is also, all right. So no, I wouldn't. No. Look, you're approaching enough. But if you want to start going overseas, that means you'd have to build up a war chest to buy property overseas. And not to mention fund your travels overseas. I would continue working your job because you need it. And I don't even mean financially. You need it for something to do. Just try. Why do you have some vacation time? If you got vacation time, I would go tour. Do a quick tour, 2 days in each spot. If you go south into Central or South America, you don't have to worry about jet lag. I would go just and get a break from work, man. Just get a break from work. Do some reconnaissance real quickly. And then that will kind of start your mind rolling and being able to help your mind evaluate whether you want to go overseas. Then you'd come back. Oh yeah, I kind of do need something to do. You'd be like, yeah, I do need a job or something to do. I may not like this job, but it's a job. Keep working your job because you will need the extra money. Not a ton, but some of it. And then as you mull over different states or countries you want to go visit, absolutely. As a part-time job, look, you're not working more than 40 hours a week. You have time now to go and study. You don't have kids. You don't have any other obligation. Go and study and start going down the path to become H&R Block, like you said, enrolled agent. Then as that, nothing happens overnight. And then in 6 months to a year, get your next tax season a year from now, maybe a little bit of bookkeeping as well. Now your options start opening up. Oh, hey, I did a year at H&R Block, maybe another year at H&R Block. You get your enrolled agent. Now you could start working remotely, set up your own little shop. And now you really got the infrastructure and the ability to go overseas and stay overseas. You wouldn't even have to buy property. You just make the money remotely, build up a client base. So if 3 years' time, that's where I'd be aiming. And in 3 years' time, it's not this, I get rid of this, but I only focus on that. No, once again, the option, the good strategy is all. You will do all. And then 3 years from now, you say, all right, I'm going to just drop down to a day or two at the place just to say hi to people. And then I'm going to do accounting most of the time. Or maybe I don't want to work physically anymore. I want to go sit on a beach in Honduras. Then you have the infrastructure and the income and the assets to extend both middle fingers to the world, read Schopenhauer, and do. Ardbeg ain't cheap, man. Ardbeg ain't cheap. And the other thing I like about the accounting thing is, yes, I understand you want to be a minimalist, but I'd rather be a minimalist who has the option to make $100,000 a year as an accountant than someone who's only making $15 an hour with no skills whatsoever. That is a good insurance policy to have. And so that is what I would do. All right, let's go to the super chats really quick. A Pringles cans with veins. New guy, $5. The world doesn't want free lines. They want control, hence student loans and debt. If they wanted smart people, degrees would be merit-based. Yes, you are 100%. I have another book I want to write. I don't really want to write. It's the one that would sell. It's called An Economy of One. And you are 100% right, Pringles. It is designed to make you a slave. That's not conspiratorial bullshit or the corporations, man. They want you to be working slaves willingly. And it's brilliant how they've set that up. Nonstop Drake, $2. Secret to happiness is dog meat. Can't be. It is no, Dre. You already know the secret to happiness: orgasms per capita. That's it. And Ardbeg and chocolate. Jeremy Rivera, $5. Morning, Cappy. Did you see that you've been labeled a male supremacist by the Department of Homeland Security? Yes, I have. However, that's not the Department of Homeland Security. That is a study done by a bunch of academics. Unfortunately, later on today, I'm going to pen my response. Yes, many people have sent that to me. That's making the rounds. It's absurd. And I'm just so tired. And there may be lawsuits involved. I have been talking to people, some of which may not also been on that list. And we're like, we're not guilty of these things. And that's kind of odd. So I do have the report. I've read through it. It's funny. It's depressing. It's hogwash and horseshit. But it's your go look at the people who wrote the report. A bunch of leftist academic feminist hacks. It's so tiring, and I want to like fucking do other shit today. All I want to do was watch Gintama. I want to go to the gym, and then no, I got to do all this other shit. Dre, $2. Can't be treated zipper like ducks and women with fans. Urban Hermit, $2. Broken glass economy shows a vain reflection. Broken glass economy. Like the broken window fallacy where everyone just does it for the sake of having a job and not actually working. All right, there you go. All right, I got shit to do. I'll see you guys later. Link below, the dad you never had if you need life advice. Life advice! We'll see you guys later, Toodles.